Hola.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Love and Marriage Podcast. I'm your host, Wendy O, and this is my co-host, Hotep Jesus. How are you doing tonight, Hotep?
I love how this is my channel, but your show.
That's how sometimes it's like that. Sometimes it's like that, okay?
Women always getting the best of us.
You know what? I might cry on tonight's show. I just got the craziest news. I'm gonna be talking a lot. I'm gonna be talking a lot of shit. A lot of shit. I'm mad.
What happened?
I'm mad.
Oh
First and
boy.
foremost, how was your vacation?
It was good. I went to Miami. That was pretty much routine for me. I've been to Miami, I want to say like 5 times in the past 365 days. So just
With family?
day. Yeah, I went with the fam this time, yeah.
Okay.
Good
So,
times.
so you weren't sitting around BBLs.
Nah, no BBLs this time. I had my baby with me though. Baby's first vacation.
Oh my goodness. How did little baby do?
She was cool. She liked it. She enjoyed it. We took her in the pool and all of that, and she enjoyed it. Yeah, it was good times.
How was the oppression? How did it feel to be so oppressed?
Oh my God, the oppression was just overwhelming. There's just so many white people around. That white privilege was just making me just feel so nauseous.
All your tweets, I was dying. I was like, this man is so oppressed. The system is so broken. What are we going to do? What are we going to do?
Only took me 40 years to get here, but we're here now.
There's a lot to talk about. All right. So do you want me to start?
How was your vacation?
It was good. I was drunk the whole entire time on the wine.
Out in Cali, right?
We go to Central Coast. So we went up to Central Coast. We stayed up there. Husband doesn't drink. So I drink and I enjoyed myself. It was my birthday. He completely screwed up my birthday gift and I knew he was going to screw it up. So I let him screw it up and he's in a lot of trouble. He still is in trouble. And I just haven't even said nothing.
Boy, women, man.
I didn't even get it. I didn't even get an envelope with the racks I normally get. So I'm kind of pissed.
Oh my God, women are the worst.
I literally always get an envelope. There's at least a rack, sometimes 2 to 5, because things have been going good. I didn't even get an envelope. So I'm just like,
fellas, get you a woman from another country that doesn't know how to spell Instagram and doesn't own a cell phone.
No, the issue is that I'm Sicilian and Jewish, and we have certain things. So even there's certain things. There's things.
There's things, yeah. And you're an American. Don't forget to add that. Americans are spoiled brats, entitled spoiled brats.
I'm very oppressed. As a woman, I'm very oppressed in the United States of America. I'm very oppressed in the industry that I work in. It's just the oppression and it's the toxic masculinity. That is a problem in the United States of America. The toxic masculinity. I'm just kidding.
Can I ask you a question about the stabby?
Yes.
Is your family getting it?
Fuck no. No.
Okay. What would you do if your husband got it behind your back?
He wouldn't.
Okay, what advice would you give somebody if their wife went and did it behind their back?
Are you married to that person? This is the thing. If my partner wants to get something and we don't agree on something politically, that is fine. That is 100% fine. But communicate with me, be open about it, say, hey, this is what I want to do. I just feel more comfortable. That's good. That's fine. I personally I'm not really, I don't feel comfortable getting it because I don't know enough about it. And when I worked in infectious disease, HIV, AIDS, we were not forced to get the flu shot. And the reason why that is relevant is because we worked around very, very high risk patients from all different demographics. Yeah. And we were not required to get it. And I was very close with my patients. They would come up in my face sometimes, get all wild. And some of them were homeless, whatever. So if I wasn't required to get it, when I was working in healthcare, servicing patients that had immune issues, I just don't understand why I need to get it now. And in the state of California, they are also apparently they're mandating we got to talk about this too. They're mandating all healthcare workers to get it. And do you want to know the craziest thing about it is?
What's that?
In the state of California, if you get it and there's a side effect and you get sick, you cannot sue by I want to say it's on the CDC website. I have the screen cap from
they're exempt. They are exempt from liability.
The CDC is not liable. The manufacturer is not liable.
Right.
The state of California is not liable. The employer is liable.
Employer is liable?
The employer is liable.
Wow.
And I'll send it to you because my husband's business partner's wife that works, she does all the books, she does everything, and she is like up to date on what's happening because that's her man. That's, she's very protective of the business because that's what women do. We protect, we protect our men. So she's like on it with all this legal stuff, trying to find different tax loopholes, whatever. They're running everything up and up. And she saw that, she's like, no, we are not mandating our employees to get it, because then they come back and they sue us. And they're a small business. They have 20 employees. So what happens? They force to get the thing, and then the employees come back and sue them, and we lose everything.
Wow, interesting. And that's in the state of California.
As far as I know, that's just the state of California.
Not to see what the law says in these other states, like New York.
Can you believe that, though?
It's gonna be some universities getting sued too. Everybody's
gonna get sued. This is the thing. Like, if they had enough time to do trials, and if they had enough time to be like, okay, this is what's working, but they don't know. They don't even know. And then I knew somebody, an acquaintance I know from crypto Twitter. She got the Moderna vax. The
who?
Moderna.
Well, I don't know what that is. You're talking in language that I don't understand.
She ended up receiving. She gave birth. She gave birth, and then she found out later that she was pregnant again right after.
Okay. Interesting.
Within that time period. So to me, it don't make sense. So that's a problem. That's an issue. There's some things. And I know for a fact, my child, because she goes to the private school, she wears the thing, she wears that additional clothing. And my child does not get sick. Ever. She's been sick maybe 3 times in her whole entire life. She just turned 5. And she's very healthy. She's thrown up maybe twice in her life. Now she consistently has a runny nose, and it's not from being around other kids because she was in daycare before. It is from the additional layer of clothing. Yeah,
absolutely. And we call it the punch here. It's called the punch.
Okay. So we're boxing now.
Yeah.
Okay, at the boxing gym. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what's going on with that. But I don't know why somebody would feel the need to get it behind their partner's back.
Yeah, that's quite odd to me. Shout out to Willie Handy. He said, "Hey, Auntie, what up, Hotep Jesus? What up, homie? Appreciate you, man."
All right, let's talk about the boxing gym for a little bit. The real boxing gym.
Oh, I knew it was gonna be about the gym. Oh Lord, have mercy, Miss Nita. What happened now?
Okay. All right. So we raised about $20,000 on the GoFundMe.
Okay.
Great. Then on the crypto stuff, we raised about $25,000. And I actually just did a project review for a company, and they gave a very generous donation. Like I had a lot of people donate. So we're very, very blessed. And all the money goes directly to her. It's in her wallets. That's why I have it set up. Okay, fine. And I don't know if I told, so we did the NBC thing. That was the last time we talked. So people knew we were able to raise close to $50,000, which fantastic. So she's got some money. The building was sold, and we didn't know who the building was sold to. So I don't know. I might not have told you. So we found a place. So she found a place. She went to go see it. The guy says, "Oh, no. We don't want you to have the smaller one. We want you to have the bigger one." And so she said, "Okay." And then he said, "Well, you don't have," and then the broker got involved. The broker's like, "Well, you don't have $30,000 in your bank account. We're going to go with this other person." I got on the call with the broker. I said, "Listen, I have money. This is who I am," because I'm not trying to be that person, but I was trying to explain to him what I do, who I am. And if she needed that money, I would deposit it in her account. I can't get it like that for her, because I'm trying to get this, this charity, this nonprofit a home for these kids' sake. So she ended up finding out that they leased both buildings to somebody else. They didn't even have the decency to call and tell her. And I said, okay. So that happened. And so we when we're having a lot of trouble finding a place, and I connected her with the two agents that helped me sell my property, find a rental, and that got us this house. So she has very good representation. These guys are bougie. They normally deal with multi-million-dollar properties.
Right.
And they're very good at what they do. They've been in the game for a long time. So she has good, solid representation now. So guess who the new owner is?
Not that other guy.
You're not going to believe it. You're just not going to believe it.
Not that other guy.
No, it is a professional boxer that bought the gym.
Floyd Mayweather?
No.
Klitschko.
Hold up. Hold on.
Jake Paul.
No, it is. And so there was a lot of stuff going on. I'm pulling up the name now. Leo Santa Cruz from Mexico. He lives in La Habra, California.
I don't know who that is.
He's got a blue check mark. He's on Twitter. He is a professional boxer. He bought the boxing gym, and he sent his goons in. He sent 3 men to come in and speak to her and press up on her and say, if you're not out by the 9th, we're locking the doors. Guess what? In the state of California, that is illegal. You cannot force a tenant out. If you want to evict a tenant, you need to go to the court, which the courts are backed up because of the stuff going on. Mm-hmm. Courts are backed up. And then you need to have the sheriff come issue a warrant like you need to leave. They didn't do none of that. So they came in and they said that that she has to be gone. So my agent said, no, you don't. If they come in, they put locks on that door, you get to take them to court. And on top of it, there's a lot of pro bono landlord attorneys that would love to take this case, considering the situation. And so I told her, I said, let the agents deal with it. They got you, let them deal with it. So now they're sending emails saying, we're going to change the locks. We're going to do this, They cannot legally do it. That woman has paid her rent every single month, even during the craziness that happened. She paid her rent and made sure the rent was paid. So she's a perfect tenant. They cannot force her out. If they want to force her out, they have to legally evict her. And that's going to take about a year. And if they set foot into that facility, she can sue them for all different types of things. And we have been having a very hard time finding a place. But this guy came in, and what he wanted to, the way he was speaking to her, and I know what he was doing. I'm not going to say the words. I know you can read between the lines here. He walked into that place. He had his goons walk into that place because he saw a particular type of woman, and he thought that he was going to be able to bulldoze her and push her out, and that she would just probably abandon everything and leave all that boxing stuff there for him. That's what they were trying to do. But they had no idea who she is. They didn't know that I have her back and that she has professional representation, and she's no geek from the street. So she's still there. The kids are still there. And right now we're trying to find a place in either Claremont or Pomona, California to move. And it's not that she's trying to squat there. Is that we're just trying to find a place to put the kids. And this guy is not working with her in any way, shape, or form. They're like, you need to get out.
Yeah. See? What Trump say, man? Build the wall, man. Keep the motherfuckers out.
Where's BLM? Where's BLM right now? Because this is a Black-owned business. It is a small business. So where's BLM right now? Why are the people of Pomona, the city council, all of them, they're aware. They know. They tried to get her to go speak and do all this stuff and all the whatever crap that they're doing. She's like, no, I'm not. She's like, no, I'm not interested in it. No, I'm not interested in it. And now where are they when they're trying to close down a Black business? And I'm not trying to get racial or trying to get any of that stuff, but I'm just calling it as I see it.
They're not going to come unless they could use it for political, as a political football.
That makes me mad because she's doing such a good service for those kids. So we're fighting. We've been fighting. I'm tired. We've been fighting. I'm not going to give up though.
No, don't give up, man. This is going to be a win. It's going to be a knockout.
That motherfucker though, how dare he come in and how dare he say, well, we're still going to take care of the kids, don't worry. Guess what she charged? You know how much she charges for a membership for these kids? She charges like $65 a month to where they can go in and train it during operate business hours. $65 a month. You are not going to find a gym that's going to charge only that amount of money, especially somebody that is not only doing training for the kids, but they're also, she's also doing like focus groups and mental health services, all different types of things for these kids. And a lot of these kids, there's some serious stuff going. Like, I'm a survivor. I go there. A lot of these kids, they're first generation. They've got a lot of issues going on at home. It's just not,
Yeah.
it's like,
It's more than a boxing gym.
There's more than a boxing gym. So they're like, don't worry, we're going to take care of the kids. And no, he's not. He's going to come in there. He was trying to push her out. He was trying to capitalize on what she's doing. And he's trying to take her clientele. And honestly, his bit, and Leo Santa Cruz, or whatever the fuck your name is, if you're watching this, you need to do the right thing. Give her a little bit of time. Okay. It's not like we're trying to squat there. She wants out of that damn building. But right now, with everything, it is very hard to find any type of property in the city, anywhere in the state of California. So do the right thing.
Yeah. Yeah, you need to chill out.
Anyways, that's what's happening. I'm mad.
You should be.
That's terrible. Who does that? Who does it to a woman? These dudes, it just, and this is why I box, so I have confidence and so I can defend myself, because there's some bad people out there, man. And imagine somebody coming up in your business, in your face, trying to press you. The fuck you think you are? Get the fuck out my face, please.
You'll win. I'm not. Things will work out. Because he set himself up for a loss. You can't do that. He already broke the law. So she's gonna come out of this with more money than she started out with.
Well, but that's not the goal though. That's the thing though. It's like not only
you
is
never
it
know what your goal is. God has a path created for us that we cannot see sometimes.
That's true. But it's like street code. Like first and foremost is street code. Like everybody knows street code. Like you don't press, number one, you don't press a woman. Number two, you don't come into an area that you don't even live in. La Habra is like bougie town over there. You don't come into a neighborhood and you don't mess with the people there. And then number three, that's some disrespect on the sport. That's some disrespect on the sport. How dare he?
Yeah.
So that's what I've been fighting with. But it's good. Like I've been able to bring a lot of awareness to what's going on. The article just got dropped today. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to be tweeting about, I'm going to press this box or two on. So all of my social media channels, I got like 400,000. I'm going to be pressing on every single social media platform I have access to. I'm going to be pressing him. I don't care who he is. I don't care where he's from, but he needs to know what he's doing is wrong.
We're going to fix him.
So that's what I'm doing. Next topic before I start crying and get all mad.
What's the next topic?
I actually have a story that I have to say, and it was something I saw on TikTok. I'm going to tell the story.
Okay.
And I want to get your personal opinion before I give my opinion, because I was mad.
Okay.
So I'm watching this video, and there's a man, and this man is talking about he's so sad because he has a child, an infant, and this man wants to exclusively have his child breastfed with breast milk. There's formula, babies, they can have access to formula. Yeah. But this particular man said, I don't want my baby having formula. So this man goes to the breast milk banks, and generally breast milk banks, they are they're for children that are in like the NQ, children that really, really need it, like children that are sick, whatever. So one of the donors says, where's the mother? The man says, well, I used to be a woman, but I'm no longer a woman, and I would really like to keep my child breastfed. So the donor says, I'm sorry, I cannot donate this to you. It's going to go to a woman who cannot produce milk, or to a child in need. So he this man took to TikTok and was crying about it. It was like, I can't believe it. This is so wrong. And I'm reading the comments, and people are cheering him on. Myself as a mother, actually, no, I want to hear your thoughts.
It's her milk. It's her milk. If she don't want to give a motherfucker her milk, she ain't got to give a motherfucker her milk. Fuck him. Go somewhere else. Should have thought about that before you tried to do all the flim-flam shit you was doing.
That's what I said. I was in bed, and that's what I said, because you know what? As a woman, I worked so hard to make sure my child was exclusively breastfed. I commuted 3 hours round trip. My breast would be so full with milk. It would just hurt. I would, on my breaks and my lunches, I was in the testing rooms. I was pumping, and I would wake up 3 times a night to pump. Pumping is not, it's not an easy, it's a challenging thing, and some women go through a lot of stuff. So the fact that this person thought it would be a good idea to do that and then go try to take something from another child that actually needs it, it was really upsetting to me.
Yeah, no. Tell that motherfucker go to ShopRite and go get some Similac and get that little motherfucker that Similac and shit. You know what I mean? The child gonna come out to be half goddamn. I don't even want to say, but who knows what type of entity they're about to raise in that backwards ass household. So fuck them. Fuck that baby.
Fuck them kids. Fuck them kids.
Fuck them kids. Get that shit to some people that got some goddamn sense. God damn it.
I've had it.
I've had it too.
I've had it. All right.
I'm sick of these motherfuckers.
I just with the lack.
And the thing is, he didn't have to go to that person. There's banks that have that type of milk, and you can go get that stuff. You go buy it online. He can get access to it. Crying. So there's another thing. Like, these people love to make themselves seem like victims because they got one no. Nigga, it's 1,000 places you can go get breast milk. Stop it. They even give it to you at the hospital. You can get it from the damn hospital. It's expensive, but you can get it. You know how I know? Because we did it.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? I know how this shit work. The thing is, these motherfuckers like to take their mental illness and then grift off of it. Grift off their mental illness. No, you know what? You don't need breast milk. What you need is a goddamn therapist. That's what you need. You need a therapist. Leave us the fuck alone. Coming on TikTok complaining because you can't get some goddamn milk from one motherfucker. And she got some breast milk and she don't want to give it to you. That's her business. You can't complain about that when there's 1,000 other places to go get it. Go sign up online. Go buy the shit from Amazon or some shit. Sick of this.
That brings us to our next topic.
Hold on, let me see. Let me see if Amazon got breast milk.
I can't even clip our shows anymore because they're very cancelable.
All right, you can't get breast milk from Amazon.
Why are you giving false information, Brian Sharp?
You can't. But they got plenty of formula. Yeah, they got plenty of formula in here. And there's plenty of places he could buy breast milk online.
Somebody said, can a 200-pound man get breast milk?
I don't want to hear the shit. I am sick of it.
Oh my God.
Let's see where we at. Be Easy Bird, shout out to Wendy O, getting closer to 100K and getting that redacted play button. Hope the gym reaches the goal ASAP. Absolutely. Wasted Talent Podcast, $4.99. He said, tell Shorty to call Davis, Tank Davis, to put Santa Cruz to sleep again. Wasted Talent Podcast, breast milk, you make my day. The fuck is wrong with these people? All right, next topic. Where we at?
So apparently in women, and this goes back to the same thing, the lack of protection for women. Society, it's like, I feel like, and I know for different women and different races, whatever, it gets, there's different caveats and it gets worse for some, but just women in general has just been treated so terribly throughout society for the most part. And they're, as far as being protected, like, because there's weird things in religion, there's all kinds of stuff. Well, apparently, and this is another thing I read, I think I sent you the TikTok. I can't say it. We can't play it. But in female prisons, there is an increase of female inmates getting pregnant.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Do you want to know why?
Because they let the T people in there.
Because the T people in there, and they are either
copulating.
Well, they're copulating. It's either by consent or it's not by consent. And I would have a feeling that some of it is not by consent.
Sure. Absolutely.
How?
That's a good question, Wendy. How does a political movement or a political side of the aisle say that they care about women, then champion policies and ideas that put women in danger? It seems to me that one side of the political aisle wants to put women in danger and children, women and children, because they like to do they like to put hangers up in women and all of that, right? That's one thing they love to do. They don't care about women. They don't care about children. These people are satanic. They're satanic. They drink blood. There's something wrong with them.
It's like, all right. So the statistics show that most women that do become incarcerated, they have mental issues. A lot of them have ADHD, they've got autism, they've got mental issues. And I'm not blaming their life choices on their mental illness. But what I am saying, when you have a specific population, and we'll keep race out of this because it's really kind of irrelevant. When you have a specific population who is prone to mental illness and you're incarcerating them, wouldn't you want to protect them a little bit more and make it a little bit safer to where you're not adding? And a lot of these women are survivors also. Yeah. Because when stuff happens like that, it really does a number on your brain. So not only these women survivors, some of them are survivors. Majority of them have mental illness. You're putting them in a place so where they can pay for their time, for their wrongdoing. Right. Okay, fine. Everybody deserves to a certain extent to pay for their time, but you're putting them in a place where they can be harmed. And that's what's happening. And then not only are they being harmed, there's another life being brought in. Yeah. And who knows if they're forcing them to get that procedure done, or who knows if they are hurting. We don't know what's happening, because it's a very bizarre thing what happens in that type of stuff. But it just kind of it's really, really sad. And it's really doing a disservice. And I do think that people can be rehabilitated. I do think that people are able to change. There's a series of things that need to happen, but you're setting these people up for failure, and it's just really, really sad. Yeah. Well, that's the whole point of it all. The left is completely diabolical. They are evil. I mean, they are so good at being evil that people think they're the good guys. That's how powerful these people are. That's how slick and sinister these people are, that people think they are the good guys. And really, they're satanic baby blood drinkers. Lizard people. That brings us to our next topic. Can you please tell me what the hell's going on with this mayor or this governor, the Blasio,
Cuomo, you talking about the sexual assault? He had to step down and all of that?
Yes, wasn't he? Tell us who he is and what he did, please.
Governor of New York City. Inappropriate advances towards women. I think one of them, he tried to kiss. Another one, he asked to kiss. Putting his hands around their waist, just little inappropriate stuff. Can I say something like really
please
wild?
Please.
I don't think he's that guilty.
Okay, let's talk about it.
I think he got set up.
Let's talk about it though, because
who do they bring in? They brought in a new woman. There's a woman's going to be replacing him. Yeah, they got a woman that's going to be stepping in and replacing him. And I think this is about moving out the old and bringing in the new, people that are going to be dumb enough to go along with a particular agenda. The other thing is, I think it's a distraction from what he's really and truly guilty of, and is those patients, the bug 19 patients who ended up in all those old folks he killed. I think that they are trying to use this so people don't look at that. Another thing about this stuff is, and I know women should come out whenever they feel comfortable, but I always think it's funny about the timing of things. Mm-hmm. And I also know that sometimes women lead you on.
I'll touch on those two things
Go
that
ahead.
you
Go
said.
ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. First and foremost, I'm going to play devil's advocate. So I'm going to give both sides. So as a woman who is a survivor, I actually had somebody ask me, they said, Wendy, why don't you come out and call this guy out for sending you this or saying this or whatever and not saying anything? Well, number one, when women come out and when we talk about something that happened to us, we get gaslit a lot of times. We really, especially if it's in a community with a lot of guys, we get gaslit. There was some dumb fuck on crypto Twitter that tried to incite physical violence against me. I called him out and I got gaslit from all the guys. They're like, oh, you're a drama queen, you're this, you're that. Da, 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 da. No, well, if he said something and I felt a certain way, I'm entitled to my feelings.
Yeah.
So women generally get gaslit when they do come out. And I do know anytime something bad has happened to me, I never did anything about it because it's like to have to go to the hospital, have to deal with all that stuff, to do a report. I don't want to deal with it. The other women I know, every other single woman I've known that has had to deal with that. There was one that went to the hospital and she just had to leave because she just couldn't do it because it took too long and they were like making her feel terrible. The cops are making her feel bad. So there's that aspect. So a lot of times women just don't even say anything because it becomes more of a headache. It becomes more trouble of what it's worth. And sometimes people don't understand that. And that's okay. You don't have to understand it, but honestly, it just gets to be not worth it sometimes. And then you have to deal with potential repercussions as to if, you come out and you say something and then you get threatened and you're scared it's going to happen again or they're going to come to family. So there's that aspect. But then you have the other women that are out here leading on.
Yeah.
Then there's the issue with the underage girls not telling their age. You've got the issue with where the parents, then you got the issue with these women that are trying to get in high power positions. So they're like this.
Yeah.
And they're leading these men on. And I love men, but a lot of men are very weak when it comes to the pussy and that makes them do stupid shit.
Yeah.
So you have a lot of those aspects into it. But what I will say, if you are a man and you're in a position of power, you think you might want to be in a position of power one day, be very careful. And I hate to say it, but you have to be very careful how you interact with women publicly.
Privately.
Yes. There's a picture of Ben Shapiro, and I'm not saying I like him or I dislike him. I'm just saying there's a picture of him where he's taking a picture of the woman and his arm is around her, and it's like the hover hand. Yeah. And people are like, what the fuck? It's weird. And they're like, no, it's not weird. He's being polite because he's taking a picture with her, and he's also, and he's Jewish too. And I guess some Jews they don't touch women that are not their women, but he's also a public figure. So that even though it looks bizarre, he's not falling for the trap. He's not falling for the trap.
Yeah.
And he is not making her think that there's some sort of thing that's there.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I've had instances where I've been touched inappropriately, right, by women. And then when I touch back, they go rat. I'm like, wait, you grabbed my nuts. I was reciprocating the energy. What the hell happened? Like literally this happened to me. You know what I'm saying?
I believe it.
A white woman, but this stuff, especially men in a position of power, a woman may try to coerce you and lead you on with little hints and subtleties to make you think that you can, enter her space. And when you can't provide or decide not to provide what it is that she's looking for, maybe a promotion or a raise in pay or whatever it is that he was able to get her, he's like, yo, I can't make that happen. She's like, oh, okay, well, when opportunity comes, I'm going to tell him about that one time. And when I looked at some of the things they were saying, like he asked for a kiss, his hand was around my waist. I'm like, all right. That's probably workplace sexual harassment, maybe. I don't know. But this ain't no like R. Kelly type shit. You know what I'm saying? This ain't no Brett Weinstein. Who's the other dude that disappeared? Epstein. This ain't that. You know what I mean? This isn't like one of those situations where it doesn't look like sexual assault. It looks like sexual harassment maybe, but it doesn't look like sexual assault.
But still, even with sexual harassment though, it's like if you got, it's kind of a fine line.
At the workplace. At
Yeah.
the workplace. And that's what I'm questioning. Is this at the workplace? Because back in my day, if you didn't approach a woman, how do you get a woman?
Right. So that
You know what I
makes
mean?
sense too. At the workplace, it's not okay. At an
Right.
after work event, it's not okay. But privately,
Right.
like if you're out, then that's okay.
Yeah.
But still, if you're a dumbass and you're in power and you're
I believe he did this shit. I think he did. He looked like the type of dude that just like, hey baby, want to give me a kiss. He looked like he got no game. You know what I mean? Yeah, he looks like that type of cat that just got no game and says like some of that corny shit he was saying. So he deserved what he got just for having no game. But I think it's because his stance, and somebody said this in the chat, his stance on the forced punch. You know, he like, nah, you can't force people to take the punch.
oh, so he said no.
Yeah. So they like, oh, you ain't with the agenda?
Okay. That makes sense that it's coming out now. Okay.
Yeah,
that makes
Bill
sense.
Cosby. Yeah.
You know what? Either way, fuck him.
Yeah, it's definitely fuck him around the board. Yes.
Just F all these people. F all of these people with their
I said Brett Weinstein, my bad. Harvey Weinstein. I said my bad, Brett. Harvey Weinstein.
It is 2021. It is not acceptable to do anything in the workplace. It's just not. Just don't do it.
Yeah.
I just was pissed off when you said that screen cap where it said something like, I'm not a pervert, I'm Italian. Like, go fuck yourself. Like,
yeah.
That was, and it was Italians was trending on Twitter. I was like, how embarrassing. I really had it. I like my house. I like the little bubble I live in. And I just.
Shout out to Batman 23, $20 super chat. Appreciate you. He said, are they letting this happen so that the state owns the baby? Ooh. 10th row, 199. GovCorp Inc. rebranding with some new admins. Yes, that's what I believe is happening. They getting rid of the people that ain't down for the agenda and bringing in people that they know are down for the agenda and they can control, or are so naive that they're easy to control, so ignorant, so gullible that they're easy to control.
There's just so much going on right now. And it's like in crypto, we've got a lot going on with all this government stuff. And it's like really our government in the United States, no matter what side you are on, it just needs all these people that have been career politicians, they need to be removed and we need to replace them. We really, really need to replace them because it's becoming to a point where it's just like, I'm having just trouble putting it into words. It's like our country, the United States of America, pushes bills that are 2,000 to 3,000 pages.
Right.
These people, who's
on
reading
purpose.
this?
On purpose.
Hotep, how many pages was your book?
200 plus pages.
Okay, your book is 200 plus pages. So realistically, maybe somebody could read that in a week, right?
Yes.
Realistic, about a week.
Yeah.
Maybe 48 hours, maybe, 72 if they're really interested in it, whatnot. They're pushing bills. 3,000 pages. Who's reading this?
Who's writing that is what you need to be asked.
That too, but it's like who?
You want me to tell you who's writing it?
Yeah.
AI.
China.
No, AI.
I'm just kidding.
You said China. AI is writing the bills. I don't think somebody's capable of writing that many pages. Not as fast as they've been pumping this stuff out. I think they're typing some keywords in, and GPT-3 is pumping out the verbiage. I think they're using AI to write these bills. Again, like I said, people ask me, what would you do if you were president? Well, I'd tell them straight up, any bill that was to be proposed needs to fit on 5 pages, one-sided, double-spaced, 14-point font. not written in legal language, written at a 5th grade level. So everyone can review the document and know exactly what's going on. None of this legal language, sophisticated garbage that you guys pull. And if you violate this, we throw you in jail with the T people. It's just ridiculous that we're in a place where the government or the people in charge, the people we've elected, think it's okay to do this. And the thing is, people are so stupid, they don't know why they do that. The reason why, for example, the new infrastructure bill, Senate just signed off on it. And I need you to give us the 411 on that. As soon as I'm done, you're going to have to give us the 411. But when you have thousands of pages, you know what that's for? It's so you can hide shit. So you can stuff all types of stuff that has nothing to do with the original bill in there. What does crypto have to do with infrastructure, bridges, and roads? Wendy, please tell us.
Crypto is about, our market cap is close to $1 trillion. So we're something. We went from ain't being shit to actually being shit. So we make money, and crypto industry is full of innovators. It is full of people, of entrepreneurs. It's full of people that are forward thinkers. It is full of people that know how to make nothing into something.
Right.
So that's what our industry is. It is innovative. And there's a lot of really great things that can help improve the quality of life for people. That's fine. Tax us. We're happy to pay our pet taxes. I pay on every single sponsored piece. I do my tax. I pay my taxes on everything. A lot of other people do too. So this infrastructure bill is a $1.5 or $1.2 trillion infrastructure bill, and they want to fund roads and freeways and all these things. Right. That's fantastic. But if you're trying to lock us up again, the fuck we need new roads for? If people can't be going to work, if people cannot drive to go to work, if we're going to be grounded again, if you're going to put us on timeout again, who the fuck is going to be building these goddamn roads? Tell me.
Okay. That's a good question.
So there's that. Okay, fine. Congratulations. Yeah. So we got that part away. So what they did was they tossed cryptocurrency in there. And the reason why they tossed cryptocurrency in there is because they want to take about $28 billion worth. They think that they can get $28 billion worth of taxes over the next 5 years or something like that. But
the crypto industry?
Yes, and that's fine. That's fine. We'll pay our taxes in the United States.
Right.
The caveat here is the last, and they just threw crypto in there at the last minute. Right. Keep in mind, nobody in the United States government knows what crypto or blockchain technology is. We have tried to give focus groups. We have tried to do all these different things. Nobody wants to listen. Nobody wants to hear us out. So what they did was they changed the verbiage in this bill to change the definition of what a broker is.
Right.
So basically, a broker is somebody who facilitates a transaction.
Right.
A broker is a Western Union, a MoneyGram, whatever. And it costs about $50,000 to $100,000 to be compliant. So that's one part. And
that's one scam, but continue.
Please. So what they want to do is they want to change the definition of a broker to somebody who is mining, somebody who is staking, or somebody who is writing open source code. If you do not know what open source code is, basically, let's say Hotep Jesus writes a poem. He puts it on the internet and he says, this is free. Anybody can take my poem. You can put it in a book. You can monetize it. I don't care. Well, if I, Wendy O, takes Hotep Jesus's poem and I monetize it, Hotep Jesus needs to send me a 1099 and get my personal information. So Hotep Jesus did something really great for humanity, wrote this really great poem. I'm capitalizing it. And now Hotep Jesus needs to find out who downloaded his poem and was monetizing it. Yeah. So now you have to provide me with documents and 1099 me, and then you have to pay, we all have to pay taxes. They also want to do this with people that are mining and staking. A lot of people that are staking cryptocurrency, because it's not a high overhead to do so, you can stake like $20 worth of crypto. And be considered a broker and have to pay additional taxes on. People are already paying taxes on this stuff. So what these idiots should, and the amendment that we tried to get this definition removed, and I advocated hard on all my platforms. I was fighting on this too, so hard. If these politicians were smart, what they would have done taken a step back, created a focus group, understood how this stuff worked, and then implemented a brand new amendment and said, hey, we know how this works. This is how we want to tax these guys.
Yeah.
And they could have made a lot more money doing that. Now, if this bill gets passed without the amendment, which is probably it goes to the floor again, I believe. But once this thing gets passed, it's going to force crypto companies, blockchain companies, people writing open source code, miners, stakers, traders, all of these different people out of the United States. So that 28 billion in tax money that they thought that they were going to get, that's going to be gone. They're not going to get 28 billion. They're going to get a lot less. And the really terrible thing about it is there's not a whole lot of loopholes. So let's say, for example, I want to, I say this law is happening. I don't want to deal with it. So I want to move to El Salvador. I want to move to Mexico. I want to move to Puerto Rico. I want to go somewhere where it's friendly. If I own any property in the United States, if I have any businesses in the United States, they can come and take that if they want to. So you're going to see a mass exodus of innovators going to other countries and paying taxes there or not paying taxes there because their laws are different. And that's what's going to happen in the crypto industry. That's what's going to happen in the United States. You took a booming industry and you forced it out. That's what's happening. Because you're too stupid and lazy to learn what this works. And Ted Cruz, love him or hate him, gave a very good speech on what actually happened. And it was really nice to see some people in crypto kind of rally behind him and say, you know what, I don't like Ted Cruz, but he's right. He hit the nail on the head. There's not 3 people in Congress who can stand up and explain what cryptocurrency is. So that's what's happening with the infrastructure bill.
That was basically highway robbery in a nutshell.
Yeah, it's basically, and this is all to protect investors. This is to protect investors, but it's okay to have goddamn cash pay loan advances on every corner in the hood. It's okay to sell lottery tickets and scratchers in the hood. It's okay to reach out to junior high kids and to high school kids and push student loans upon them. It's okay to offer predatory loans to people who are uneducated, but it's not okay to introduce a financial system that could really help improve the quality of life.
Oh, no, you can't help nobody in America. What is wrong with you? No, that's not what they don't want people helping people. Then that would render the government obsolete. They don't want that. Shout out to Hotep Tiger. He said, a sad day for my old town in Charlotte. The baby is getting canceled and PJ Washington caught lacking. Hotep and Bill.
Yeah. We got to talk about that.
I think the baby took back his apology or something like that.
Why are people so sensitive about music in 2021 when back in 1999 Black Eyed Peas were using the R word? Eminem was saying all kinds of crazy. Let me tell if you guys are watching this and if you're young and you go back and listen to the music in the early 2000s from 1995 to like 2010, please.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah, especially Eminem. He's a huge disappointment to me.
So there's that. Let's talk about the thumbnail topic, though. Tell us about that.
So Brittany Renner. Let's see. Hold on. I'm gonna. PJ Washington. I don't know what year he's in. I want to say maybe he's a sophomore in the NBA. The story goes, she's been plotting on him since he was a minor. Okay.
Oh, this story. Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I guess he finally turns of age and they engage in a informal relationship. Copulation occurs. He hands over his seed and she produces a child. 2 weeks after producing said child, behind his back, she files for a divorce and files for child support, which would get her about $200,000 per month or $40 million over the course of 18 years.
She should go to jail for extortion.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
I disagree.
I am so sick of women doing this kind of crap, because what it does is, for the ride or dies like myself, it makes it harder for a good woman who can cook, who can clean, who's willing to take care of their man, to get a man, because of these type of thoughts. And it's a very upsetting thing, because she took advantage of this young man. She knew what she was doing. And at the end of the day, she's doing a disservice to her child by doing this.
That is the problem. Thank you.
And
thank you.
At the end of the day, like, you're hurting a baby. You're hurting a child.
It's the baby that I have the real problem with. Yes.
It's just so sad, because you're bringing this innocent child into the world. And, I don't know what their relationship was like. Maybe he's like so excited. He's going to have a baby. You want to go to the hospital, do all that stuff. Now, because you're a dumb bitch, your baby doesn't get to grow up around a normal family. You're going to be around a stepdaddy. You're going to be around a stepmommy. You're going to be around all these, the family's not going to get along. That poor child's life. Just because you have money doesn't mean you have a good quality life. That poor child was a paycheck. How sad.
Well, let's do this. Let's throw this scenario out there. There's a lot of people out there saying that if the genders were flipped and it was a guy that did that to a girl, everybody would be calling him a predator because it's underage. And I agree. I just don't go along with double standards. Double standards, I think, need to exist.
She is a predator. She's a predator.
She's not a predator. All women are predators. It's right here in my book. It's right here in my book. I'll show it to you right now. I think it's the chapter, is it? Women are the apex predator, page 75. I've been said this. It's right here. Women are the apex predator. Women naturally prey on men. They are hypergamous. Women are hypergamous. You guys are professional resource extractors. That's what you are. Women don't choose a man solely based upon looks. They want to know, how can this man secure my future? A broke man dries up a woman's coochie. The only time a woman is interested in a broke man is when she's under 25 and she's just hot and horny. Once they get a little bit of sense and start realizing that they got to think with things other than their hormones, and they start thinking about their future, and they pass that 25, and Rational Male, shout out to Rollo Tomasi, calls it the epiphany. She starts entering an epiphany phase, and she's like, oh, I need to start planning for my future. I can't just be boning anybody. So now she's thinking with her hypergamous mind. Brittany Renner, 27 years old, is thinking with her hypergamous mind. What she understands is that she can't pull this trick off on nobody her age because they're too damn smart. She tried it with Kaepernick. Kaepernick made her fly herself out to go see him. He was smart. She tried it with Drake. Drake was too smart to fall for the jokes. Okay? She had to find somebody dumb enough, young and dumb.
I don't think he was dumb. I think he was just mentally immature.
No, he's dumb.
I think he's just immature.
No, he's dumb. He's dumb. He's stupid.
She's a predator.
I mean, I think that I don't know a single athlete out here that doesn't know the game. Every athlete knows the game. Stay away from chicks because they want to have your baby. Everybody knows this. This ain't a new phenomenon. This was going on in the 90s where they was telling football players, basketball players, look, the girls in high school, they're going to come, they're going to try and lock you down. Don't get none of them pregnant. Don't have a baby. Right? Everybody knows this. He dumb because he fell for her shit. He dumb because he listened to her shit. Okay? You don't listen to a woman says, you pay attention to what she does. And Brittany Renner has proven that she was a thot. She got a book, a tell-all book on all the industry cats she ran through. Did you know that?
No. And he still wifed her up? He wifed her up?
This is what I'm saying.
God. He's a dumb motherfucker. Jesus. Oh my God.
She advertises it right on her Instagram account, Wendy. Here's my tell-all book. She's booty butt naked on the cover of her book. It's a tell-all book about here's who I ran through in the industry. And you wife that up. That's a hit and pass. It's a smash and dash. You don't wife up chicks like that. So what she did was she ran game on them. Oh, I like you. Yeah, it's special. We could be together. Da 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 da. He dumb. He dumb. She got a tell-all book.
You're supposed to write those tell-all books when you're like 50 years old. What is wrong with her?
This is what I'm saying. She published the joint. This is how she knew she had game. Because she published the joint, right? Donovan Sharp just hit me. Yep, I sure do. She published the book, like you said, in her 20s. Because she knew her game was so good, she was still going to find somebody to fall for her shit. That's why I say he's dumb.
He's a dumb motherfucker. So
I published a story on our website today. It's on my it's on my Twitter, JeanChor.com, JINCHAOR. And basically, here's some tips I said. Man law number 1. Don't give her your nut. Fellas, you got to pull out. You got to pull out. I don't care how good it's feeling. You got to pull out or you got to strap up.
I have a question. Why don't they just get snipped and then get it stitched back together?
I don't believe in nobody doing that. So I don't know why anybody would want to do that. I'm not interested in anybody cutting anything down there. Don't no.
Well, you know what? That's on you guys then, because a
man needs to see here's the difference between a boy and a man. Discipline. If you can't discipline yourself to not nut in a chick, then you're not a man and you deserve every repercussion that you get.
Why are men out here why are you out here with no condoms on, nutting girls when there's all these freaking STDs?
That's what I'm saying. But at the least, pull out, man, G. Pull out. So that's that. Next thing. He entered a relationship with her inside of, he said, shout out to Big Will. He's watching right now. He said, PJ Washington got married and does that lady money to O's. What? Yo, reset that text message. I can't understand what he said. But yeah, so here's the thing. And this rule needs to go for everybody, but we say this, shout out to Donovan Sharp and the homies over at the 7, Coach EO, Coach Greg Adams, Lucario, Minister Jap. Rolo. You got to be with somebody unofficially. Do not take on any title unless you've dated this person for at least a year, and the first 3 months do not count. Because in the first 3 months, it's called a honeymoon phase. Mm-hmm. And inside that honeymoon phase, everybody's perfect. Yes. And that's what she did. She locked them down in the honeymoon phase. They were together a couple of months. Next thing you know, they got engaged and married, blah, blah, blah. She got, right? The honeymoon phase will get you because that's when everybody's perfect. That's when everybody's, willing to overlook all your flaws and quirks and, everything's cool. Wait a few months, wait a year. She ain't overlooking your flaws no more. She gonna tell you about yourself. You're fat, you're ugly, your teeth crooked. She gonna start telling you about yourself and you're gonna start seeing who she is. So you gotta wait until you guys go through a few rough patches to see how she acts through all of these. And that was another rule he broke. Hopping in a relationship super early like that. Now, I'm gonna read this section to you. Man law. Game for a man is being able to get sex without sharing his resources. Game for a woman is being able to get his resources without giving up sex. Now, I'm going to stop right there. A lot of women is giving up sex and not getting no resources. That's terrible.
Unless you're, go ahead.
Unless what?
Listen, ladies, listen. Do not be doing wife duties if you're not the wife. Do not be giving up pussy to keep him to stay, because pussy is dime a dozen. It is very, very easy. If you look at some of the most successful women in history, they made their men court them. They made them wait for marriage, and they locked that shit down. Do not give it up right away, unless you
see, fellas, that's a woman's game.
Unless you
got to get the wife duties out of her without giving up the resources. That's when you know you got game.
Exactly. That's when you have game. And ladies, unless you're just trying to get your nut off, then you can go ahead and give it up. But if you just want a one night stand, whatever, and you're not interested in like keeping it up with this person, but the minute you catch feelings, if you're gonna plan on catching feelings with him and you're giving the pussy up, you're not gonna make it, babes. You are not gonna make it. Don't do it.
You're not gonna make the cut. So following that rule of game, PJ Washington allegedly got married, so she divorced him, and he's paying that women money as well. Oh yeah, absolutely. Said following this rule, Brittany Renner has all the game and PJ has none. She traded sex for a life of financial security. PJ's resources were involved in an imbalanced trade. No amount of pudenda is worth $200K a month. None. Men dictate the price of sex, not women. If men had more sexual control, women would have to come to the table with more than the lower half of their body. Men, being the resource providers, are the catch. Women are not the catch. A woman is judged as unlucky if she's not married by a certain age, and men are considered lucky if they are not married by a certain age. The pressure is on women, not men. Too many men lower the bar, and this makes men cheap catches. Be an expensive man. Make women work for your resources. Do not work for sex. Sex comes easily when you have the resources. The father figures in PJ's life had failed him. Do not let the next generation fall for these traps. This is where we are right now.
That's so sad.
No, it's not sad. I have to thank PJ for being the example, so that, he's the sacrificial lamb, so that other young men can understand why not to do this. He's a sacrificial lamb for getting us a viral post today. Thank you, PJ Washington, for getting our website an extremely viral post today. I appreciate you, homie. Keep it up. So yeah, I'm going to grift off of your shortcomings and your stupidity. But no, I don't feel sorry for men who think with the thing below. You got to be smarter than that. I mean, I've always been very smart with how I slang my yang. Okay. I've chosen the bestest of women. Women, I know that if worse come to worse, if I did have a baby with him, it's not going to be end all be all. It's not going to end me. You see what I'm saying? I've never even given a woman nut that wasn't worthy of the nut, or I wouldn't have a baby with. Willie Handy 79, athletes have zero penis discipline. Correct. David Fox, me and my girl watching this. Now she don't want to give it up to me. Thanks, fam. Love the show, though. Hey, look, you tell her, keep that shit. You don't want it. Tell her she could keep that shit. You know why? Because her pudenda is not worth your resources. It's not. In fact, here's another thing. A woman's value decreases as she gets older. A man's value increases as he gets older. So she got an expiration date, okay? And if she don't want to give up that peace leaf tonight, oh, it's a bunch of other women that will. And don't be afraid to go get you some, because she ain't going nowhere. Because where else she going to get it? Because if she would get it somewhere else, she would get it somewhere else. Matter of fact, you need to dump her ass.
I mean, there's no lie detected there, but this goes into something else I wanted to talk to you. I'm trying to find it right now.
They about to have a fight tonight.
Huh? Oh,
They gonna be. Somebody said, "Oh shit, they about to break up."
no. All right, where the fuck is this tweet? Okay. Oh, we'll talk about that one next time. Okay. Oh my God, where is it? This is a good one because this is about alimony. Where did it go? This one is about alimony. It was a lot of money. I think I sent this shit to you. Where the fuck did it go?
I wish a chick would tell me she not giving me none. I'd say, all right, no doubt. I wrote the book on that. Right here. Right here. It say right here in my book, Unbreakable Rules of Masculinity. It's on Amazon or my website. Page 141. Turn down the yoni. Turn down the yoni. Tell her you don't want it. You don't need that shit. You know what men got? We got two hands. We got two hands and an imagination. We don't need women.
Yeah, you
we don't need no box.
You guys do though.
We don't need the box. Who
you put your cold feet on at night?
Shit. That's a different story.
All right, hold on.
I'm talking about the box. We don't need the box.
You do.
We don't need the box. We don't need the box.
All right, let's talk about this one.
Box ain't worth shit in the first goddamn place. You know, letting somebody else all up in that motherfucker. It wasn't the first time somebody was in that motherfucker. I could see if I was the first and the only motherfucker in that box, but 10 dudes had it in the past, said the shit ain't worth nothing any goddamn way. It got miles on it. It's a used Honda with 100,000 miles on it. And then you got to add on the miles of the penis that was in the box before me. You know what you are? You're a used car. I want brand new off the lot. If the box ain't brand new,
depreciation.
Oh yeah, as soon as you drive it off the lot, it depreciates. If the box ain't brand new out the lot, it's not worth nothing, fellas. It's got to be brand new out the lot. If she's got previous owners, if you check the Hoffax, and the Hoffax got previous owners, do not value the box. The box has no value.
That is the worst advice you could possibly give.
That's the best advice.
Women
don't want you to have this advice, fellas. Women don't want you to have this advice because they got miles on them. They got miles, all of them. They all got miles on them. You know why? Because they don't know how to say no to. They just let everybody ride in the car. It's like a rental car place. And then, so you go to Enterprise, you get you a rental car, everybody rent the car. Then when Enterprise is done with the car, they going to sell it to you. And it's like, yeah, this is a rental car. So, you know, it had 20,000 people, you know, riding in this thing. That's what the majority of women is. The majority of women are used cars that have been rented. Do not value that box. The only box that deserves value is one where you are the only owner, where you are the first driver, brand new off the lot. It got to smell like new car when you're in it. I'm done. Yes, Nick, this is the ultimate red pill.
Moving on, let's talk about this. This is from XXL Magazine on July 22nd. Report, Dr. Dre ordered to pay ex-wife $300,000 in spousal support per month until she either remarries or passes away. I want to talk about this particular story as a last topic because this is important. Mm-hmm. As far as I know, well, I know this for a fact. Mm-hmm. When you fuck with a music man, which is why I do not marry, which I would never in my life marry a music man, they're going to cheat. There's going to be other bitches. It is a very stressful
And he deserves it all.
Hold up.
Mm-hmm.
Hold up.
Continue.
She was a ride or die, and they were married. How long were they married?
I don't know. She wasn't in the studio making them hits. She wasn't in the studio making them hits.
Hold up. How many?
She wasn't putting in them hours in. See, this is the problem.
No, you know what? I'm going to speak now because you got to rant. Let me tell you something. Being a stay-at-home mother Being a stay-at-home mother, being the ride or die, that takes time. You're putting your career on hold for that man. I think she 100% deserves that $300,000.
Hold.
You put everything on hold.
Y'all don't even want the career. The only reason why y'all want the career is so you can survive and pay your bills. Once a man pays your bills, you're not giving up your career. You're living a good life.
Did she have kids with him?
I'm sure they did. I don't know.
Okay, she was at home taking care of the kids. She has that $300,000 coming. Good for her.
Maybe she does. She can have that money. She can have it. She ain't worth it, but she can have that money.
She's worth it.
No, it's no box worth that.
You know what? Without behind every strong man is a strong woman that is uplifting them. Let me tell you this because I know
here
it.
We go
and
about
these
this uplifting
and
shit.
these motherfucking musicians, I don't care what type of genre it is, they play too much. I don't have no patience for that. That is why I did not stay. That is why I did not marry him. That is why I stopped fucking with those type of men, because there's no future with them unless you're willing to not interested any way, shape, or form.
The women are just ungrateful. Just ungrateful.
So what's she supposed to do? She's supposed to stay.
This is Dr. Dre.
I don't give a fuck if it's Dr. Dre.
One of the godfathers of hip hop. You sit your ass down and you be quiet. If he want to bone 20 hoes in the same night, you need to be standing there washing his yang yang after each one. He worked hard. You didn't have to do nothing. All you did was lay down with the man. That's all you did. You opened your legs.
You're
you deserve it because
cleaning.
She wasn't cooking and cleaning. This is Dr. Dre we're talking about. All she did was sit around on her ass and shop. Stop it.
She was the backbone.
The backbone, my ass. She wasn't making them hits.
Without her, there's no Dr. Dre. I'm going to tell you that right now.
She didn't make Eminem. She didn't make 50 Cent.
Without her,
she didn't
Dr. Dre wouldn't be the man he was. He wouldn't be the man he was. He wouldn't.
Oh, please. He wouldn't have been. He'd probably be better.
No, he probably would have been worse. Let me tell you, that motherfucker in there, was not shit without me, because I supported
That's
him.
Pure lies.
No, it's not. I'll call him in here and
So Portia asks, can she have side ones? A woman can have a side if she paying all the bills. She can do whatever you want. You see, money talks and the bullshit walks. You see, here's the difference. If a woman goes broke and starts crying on the internet, she pops up a GoFundMe, people send her money. If a man were to go on the internet and start crying broke, he becomes a joke and they start making memes about him. You see, as Rollo Tomasi says, men have the burden of production. We have to produce. If we don't produce, we are worthless in this world. A woman only has to open her legs.
No.
We're the ones that got to put in the work.
We have to deal with you guys' mood. We're dealing with your mood swings. We're cooking you dinner.
I know you didn't just bring up mood swings. I know. Whoa. No, you ain't just bring up mood swings. Because y'all got a monthly one scheduled, okay?
You guys are big old babies. You guys are, I have a cold. I don't feel good.
I'll give you that. We some punks when we sick. I'll give you that. We some punks when we sick.
Please.
And y'all suck at taking care of us.
Oh, hell no.
Yes, y'all do. Because look at, you see, man, this is why you're not allowed to show weakness. Because you see how women talk about you when you're sick? You're not allowed to show weakness because she's going to tell you, oh, it's okay for you to show weakness. It's okay to be vulnerable. But then they're going to talk about you like, oh, look, he's such a punk when he's sick.
I'm going to go out there and tell him.
When he's sick. This is why you never, ever show a woman your weaknesses, because she's going to judge you for it.
And I'll go out there and tell him he ain't shit. I'll go out there and tell him he ain't shit, too.
Because you crazy. You a crazy Leo. That's the problem. Said that woman did not fight. Thank you, B. Weezy Bird. She didn't. That woman was not there to fight Suge Knight. Dr. Dre had to fight Suge Knight.
And she probably helped support him do that. She was the backbone.
Please. Todd Meek, women are built to receive. Men are built to give. Come on, this is basic red pill we talking about here, baby. Men are the prize. Huh? We the one that built all this shit. We designed this whole shit. Y'all make babies. That's what that your number one job is, to make sure the next generation is selected by how you select the next gene pool. That's your number, and it's one of the most important duties is to make sure you pick the proper mate so that the next generation is pure. Let's say that, pure.
I picked the perfect mate. He is a great, great father.
Shit, if he with you, I know you're a great man.
Oh, I put up with his ass. You don't even know. If I was to tell you the shit I put up with before he was who he is today, you'd be like, Wendy, you're crazy. I've been with that man through all. And
you gave him hell when he was down.
Oh, hell no. I supported his ass. I've been with him through all his damn vacations, all his stuff. Please.
His vacations. A man can't even vacation. You see this shit?
You missed the reference.
I did. What is vacation? Oh. Is this mean separation? What is vacation? Oh, vacation.
I'll tell you later.
Oh, that vacation. Yeah, well.
Multiple vacations.
Hey, look, you supposed to hold him down while he's sitting down. That's part of your job.
There, exactly.
Yeah. See, a woman give you loyalty and make it seem like it was such a hard thing to do. Huh? That's your job.
I'm going to talk to you privately, okay?
Listen.
We are ghetto. My household, we are ghetto, okay? We are ghetto.
A man deserves as many women as he can afford. He deserves as many as women he can take care of. This is the facts. This is pure facts. If I take a woman and I say, yo, you never got to work again. You get all the Louis bags. What did you want? Cars. You want 3-4 cars, big house. After I give you all that shit, don't say shit else to me. I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want to do. I'm going to leave and go wherever the fuck I want to go when I want to go.
Companionship.
The fuck I'm going to do with companionship?
Hotep. You know what? This is the thing. And we'll have to speak about it on another episode.
You know, if a man wants companionship, you know where he's going to find the best companion? A goddamn dog.
The same with a woman, because we can't trust you guys.
If a man can't trust us.
Cannot.
I'll give you that.
Some of you guys are all you're good for is paying the damn mortgage.
See what I'm saying? See? Now
Emotional
we get into
support,
the truth. Now we get into the truth. Right.
Bathing the kids. You ain't shit. The only thing you guys can do is bring a bag home, but I can bring a bag home too. I make like 5 times more than him.
Well, that's because you're lucky.
No, that's because I work hard.
No, it's because you're lucky.
Fuck me, lucky.
You're lucky.
Not lucky.
Yes, you are. Because he was holding it down in the meantime while you was getting to them Bitcoin bags.
You know what he did? He came in my office and he's like, you're dick, all. I said I'm a screen cap, and I said, this is how much I have. And he said, oh, that's what you were doing in there the whole time. Dumb motherfucker.
Them Bitcoin bags is serious. That's a different kind of money. But what if he lucks up tomorrow? He, make 300 million.
Good for him.
I tell him, if I was him, I tell him, yo, look, you gotta delete your YouTube channel. That's what I tell you. Delete your YouTube channel. Give me your phone. Go sit down somewhere.
If he came home,
I cancel the show with Hotep Jesus and everything.
To be honest, I will leave the internet for $60 million.
See, every woman's got a price.
For $60 million, I would, and you guys would never hear from me. So all my trolls start paying up, and I'll get the fuck off the internet. Then I'll come. Then I'll come back just to piss you off.
Every woman got a price, man. Every person has a price.
Every person has a price.
Every person has a price. Yes. Every person has a price.
Yes.
Yes.
You know, but alimony, in that particular case, I'm for it.
What do you mean? In the Dr. Dre's case?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
I mean, here's what I say about alimony. If your ass didn't have enough confidence in yourself to get the prenup from the very beginning, then she deserves half. Because you stupid. She should have signed a prenup. When I get married, I'm going to talk to my lawyer. Oh, yes, you best believe. Oh, I'm talking to my lawyer. And we going to have some contracts signed.
That's fine, but only thing I will say is I hope that woman has given you her life. She has given you her love, the support. You would not be Hotep Jesus without your fiance. You have 4 beautiful, healthy kids. So don't even.
Listen. Women say this thing like, I gave you my best years. No, that's not what happened. What happened was you took a gamble on me. You see, what women do is they sit at the finish line. I forget who said this, somebody in the community. They say women sit at the finish line and date the winners, right? Some of them take gambles on a broke nigga and say, well, I think one day he's going to be worth something, right? So they take a gamble. You didn't stay with the man in the very beginning because you cared about his future. You did it for yourself. You took a gamble and you saw the man and you said, that nigga gonna be somebody one day. He's special. And you took a gamble. You placed a bet. You played Las Vegas with your life. And you know what happened? If at any point you found out you took a bad gamble and it wasn't going to turn out the way you wanted it to, you know what a woman would have did? She'd leave.
No.
Before her best years is over. Before her last little bit of beauty is over.
Not a ride or die.
Now, why do so many women give men ultimatums on marriage?
Because you guys need to perform.
No. Why does a woman give a man ultimatums on marriage? Either marry me or I'm gonna leave. What is that about?
Because you don't need to be doing wife duties if you're just the girlfriend.
What's the difference?
The difference is moving in, the cooking, the cleaning.
No, what's the difference between a girlfriend and a wife?
Oh yeah, the difference is the cooking.
A contract that involves the government. That is the only difference between the two things.
Under God.
God, my balls. Ain't no under God. This is about contract. This is about perception. This is about family saying, oh my God, you're not married yet? And friends, oh my God, he didn't give you a ring yet? This is all about what the woman wants. It ain't about what men want. It's about what women want. So when a man says, look, here's what I want, oh, she got to fully comply. Because I'm putting my neck on the line. I'm compromising with your wants. And don't no man want to get married. No man wants to get married. The only man that wants to get married is a simp. I'm serious. Like, what man goes, a man wants money and cars and a whole lot of hoes. A man
But if you're getting married, you're getting married.
What does that got to do with the truth? What does that have to do with the truth? I'm telling you a plain old truth. Men don't want to get married. Women
so y'all just want to have a bunch of kids. Y'all just want to have a bunch of kids.
Ask a girl what she want. A little girl. Oh, I can't wait to go up and get married. I want to get married. Have my husband. That's all y'all think about is men. We trying to figure out how the fuck we gonna get to the next level of our evolution. We don't even have time to think about things like a relationship and getting married. You know, ask me, what are your goals in life? He might say have some kids. If he a good Christian boy, he might, or a simp, he might say, I want to get married.
What's the point of the nuclear family then?
What's the point of a nuclear family?
Yes.
Well, there's a problem with the nuclear family.
Speak on it.
There's not enough wives in it. I can have a nuclear family here and a nuclear family there. I'm the nucleus. They're the electrons. Okay? My money is the protons. Okay?
Lord, give me strength.
Huh?
Jesus Almighty. Jesus Almighty.
So
Lord
how
in
many
heaven, give me
nuclear
strength.
families can one man have is the question.
Then you better have that goddamn bag.
That's the protons. The more protons I got, the more electrons I could got.
But it causes issues. It causes issues.
Hey, more money, more problems. It just is what it is.
The thing is, you have one wife, you got kids, you have, a husband, a wife, kids, happy wife, happy life.
You see that? You see that? It don't go happy husband, happy life. It goes happy wife, happy life. This shit ain't about us.
Because we hold this shit down for you guys. We make your lunch, we wash your underwear, we fold your socks. We do the things for you. Without us, you cannot function. Without us, you guys cannot function.
Oh, yes, we could. Oh, yes, we could. That's what women think. Oh, I absolutely could function. I absolutely could function.
You would not be the man you are today without your fiance. You wouldn't.
I can't say I wouldn't, because I don't know what that future looks like. It might be better.
It would be worse.
I don't know that. It could be better.
It would be. It
wouldn't be exactly like this, right? It might be worse, but I can't say. But you're right that without my fiance, I wouldn't be the man I am today. I'm never going to doubt that, because she helped shape me. She was a large part of my experience. I would never doubt that.
Right.
Right. I'll never doubt that. But that don't change facts.
Do me a favor.
Why is it women force men into marriage? I need you to answer that question before we go.
He forced me.
You always like to throw your situation in there for everybody. And I don't believe that neither.
You know how many rings I've gone through? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm supposed to get an upgrade again.
An upgrade?
Yeah, I kind of don't want it though. I kind of want the moissanite. The thing is,
do you know the beginnings of what a ring represented?
I know it was De Beers created the first. I want to say it was a marketing thing from De Beers. No,
it was a deposit. It was deposit to purchase the daughter from her father. It was to let the father know, I can take care of this woman, and if for some reason something were to happen to me, or I would become a deadbeat, she'd have this ring as a deposit to take care of herself for a certain period of time. Now, do you know what the sticking it in the hole part meant? It meant that you were promised a woman's chastity. That means you were her first. And if you weren't her first, she didn't deserve marriage. This is the origins of marriage. We are a far way from that. A long way off from that.
There's too many goddamn thoughts. Too many.
Women, I don't think women deserve marriage anymore. You know.
So you just want to go around and have a bunch of kids with a bunch of different women and have these kids not have a normal family life? Because let's face it, if you have
they could all live with us. We could all live in one big house and one big happy family.
How would this impact a daughter to see daddy has lots of different wives?
Mm-hmm. It would let her know that she need to select a mate that can be as bold and as great as her daddy. You better find somebody.
You want to have a daughter. You want to have a daughter marry somebody who has a lot of wives.
No, I want my daughter to have somebody who can provide for.
Okay,
Listen, no, you didn't let me finish. You didn't let me finish. If my daughter were to marry some man and he had multiple wives, but my daughter was good, I don't give a fuck, to be honest with you. I would rather my daughter date a man who had multiple wives, but he took care of my daughter. She didn't have to worry about it, and I ain't got to worry about her ass no more. He taking care of her. He not abusing her or nothing. He taking care of her. I'd rather that than her being in a monogamous relationship with some broke nigga. Oh, he loves me. Fuck his love. Where's his bank account? I'm tired of paying your car note. I'm tired of taking care of your ass. This man need to take over you as a liability. That's a man's job, is to take care of a woman. And if a man can take care of my daughter and 20 other women, I don't give a damn. Shit, send me some tickets to the basketball game. I don't give a shit. But you better make sure my daughter's happy. That's my only wish, that you take care of. My daughter should not have to work. If my daughter has to work, she got to break up with that man ASAP. He's not worthy. Find you somebody with some more money.
I do not want my daughter with a man who has multiple women. She can be with one man, have a family, and be happy.
I'm calling it like how I see it, man. A man does not want to see his daughter suffer.
Right, but isn't there's some sort of suffrage when you have multiple partners?
I have family members. I have a close family member who's gone through 2 husbands. The first husband beat her ass.
Okay.
And she was the breadwinner. The second husband kept up with her as far as income was concerned, went behind her back, had another baby, and left her. Now she's living on her own at the elderly age of 60-something with no man.
That's so sad.
That is sad, because she's way past her age to be able to get herself another man. And she still has to work. That's somebody's daughter. I'll be damned if that's my daughter. So if you show me that scenario compared with a scenario where a man had multiple wives and my daughter never had to work again, I'll take that over somebody who went through 2 husbands. The first one beat her. The second one beat her too. I didn't mention that. The second one beat her too. And now she's all alone with 3 kids? No, 4. No, 3 kids. 2 of them are old, and the other one's in in high school. And now she's struggling to pay her bills because the split in the house and all of that stuff, and she make more than him, so there's no room for alimony. And yeah, so you telling me you'd wish for your daughter to have that because of monogamy?
No.
Because of monogamy? Monogamy is a falsehood. It's a lie that was perpetuated by Eurocentric ideas. In Africa, a man had as many wives as he could afford. And I am an African, and I will live the life that I can afford. And a man should never go on to a second wife until the first wife is retired comfortably.
The thing is, though, is how, do you really trust a man to be that responsible or to take advantage of the situation and starts ticking his dick and everything?
It depends on what the money look like.
But a lot of these men don't have that type of money, and they're going to hear and they're going to be like, oh, I'm going to go stick my dick in. So this is the thing. Unless you have that bag.
He's got to have the bag. He got to have the bag. He's got to have the bag.
A lot of them don't, though. That's the thing. They don't have the bag, and they want to have X, Y, and Z, and they don't have the bag. So because I make a lot of money, I can go have multiple husbands because I can afford to keep them at home doing things.
If you can find a sucker to deal with that.
I would never.
If you can find a sucker to deal with that. A man does not want to see his daughter suffer.
I know. I don't know. I would have to really think on that, what you said. I would really have to think on that. I just don't know. It just would be so weird. I don't know. I just couldn't see, I'm looking at pictures of my daughter now. I just couldn't see her as a grown adult Like, you want the best for your kids. You want them to go off, to get married, have kids or to work, whatever it does to make them happy. I just couldn't see, like, I just can't envision my child like with a husband and with sister wives. Like, it just would feel weird.
It feels everything that is outside of what you consider normal would be weird, but normal is really conditioning. In a Muslim household, monogamy is not normal. They look at the nuclear family as abnormal. So normal is relative to where you live.
I guess, yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know.
I mean, in America, we're dealing with Eurocentric ideas, and Eurocentric ideas teach you monogamy.
I had it with those Europeans.
Well, that's what it is. That's what we live under, and everybody thinks like that.
And they used to not take baths and showers. That's disgusting.
Ooh.
The Europeans.
Oh, yeah, the great stink. Yeah, it was pretty bad.
I cannot, like, I just can't, like, because Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher, they're like, we don't bathe. Like, what is that?
Well, that's where disease comes from.
It does. It's dirty.
Yeah, disease comes from being dirty. Absolutely.
I couldn't. I don't know. It's something I would have to think about. I really would have to think about it. Like, I feel like there's so much, like, when you have like sister wives and stuff like that, I feel like I feel like it's a ploy to kind of like be abusive towards women. Like, I just feel like the women wouldn't get treated correctly.
There's many examples of the opposite.
I know. It's just, I don't know. I just feel, I don't know. Maybe I need to do more research about it, but it's.
Brother Polite has multiple wives.
Who?
Brother Polite.
I don't know who that is.
And I'm not saying, he's the greatest individual on the earth, but he's got a couple of ex-wives that aren't happy, but his current wives aren't complaining. There's a brother right now in the islands. I think his name is, what's his name? Something Nature or something like that. He got multiple wives out in the middle of nowhere on some island somewhere, and they're happy. There's a lot of women in poly relationships that are quite happy. They're not possessive, I should say. They're very much selfless individuals.
The man or the woman?
The women. The women are selfless. They understand that this is about building. First of all, they look at having the man's children as something special, a privilege. Like, it's my privilege to be able to birth this man's children. He's a multi-millionaire. That's a catch. That's less than a 1% chance.
You're not talking about not everybody is a multi-millionaire.
I'm talking about the people in poly and wealthy poly relationships. Once you deal with a man making $200,000, you're dealing with 1% of men. So you lucky you get you a man making that type of money, right? There's a lot of women that understand that luck. And they say, I can't believe I had the opportunity to have this man's baby. And I cherish that. And if I have to help the next wife with her baby and her birth, I'll be the midwife for that one, because we're working together to build this man's legacy. Because this man will work hard to provide for us, so we don't gotta work and we don't have to live under this system. We don't gotta get up 9 to 5, worry about what to do here. I got cars outside. I got my bags. I got this. I got that. You got everything you want. Why do you think the Islamic world is so powerful right now?
I guess they've got a lot of problems though, culturally. They do.
Like what?
There's a lot of bad stuff that happens to women.
They ain't got no problem with T people.
They don't, but they have a problem with the way they treat women though.
I don't agree with everything they do with the women. I will give you that. There's some people who hit women. I don't agree with that.
Right. So that's just my only concern, is I just don't feel like the issue is I don't feel like men I don't feel that most men are responsible enough to do the right thing.
Well, that's a guess. There's no facts to back that up. That's a hunch. That's an emotion.
There is a lot of abuse that goes on.
What is the percentage? What's the percentage of poly relationships where abuse occurs? Because I'll tell you right now, the most abusive relationship is between same-sex couples. And that's fact. That's fact. That's documented. Okay.
That's crazy though.
It's not in poly relationships. Okay. So I want to see numbers. You can't just go off on hunches. I think, I believe. Those are emotions. No, give me the data. Give me the data.
I don't know. I have a lot to think about after tonight's episode.
We all do.
I've been trying to tell him to get some girlfriends. He doesn't want girlfriends.
Why now? Why would you do that?
Huh?
Why would you do that?
Because I don't want to deal with his ass anymore.
Oh my God. Wendy, if you don't stop, you got one of the greatest men on this planet.
He's okay.
He better than me, I'll tell you that much.
He's a good provider.
Yeah,
I put
he
up
is.
with a lot of his shit.
He take care of all the bills, don't he?
Huh?
Take care of all the bills, don't he?
Uh-huh.
You make more than him, but he pays all the bills. Think about that. Couldn't be me. Couldn't be me. He a better man than me. I'm telling you right now, he is. I give him that.
Well, I can't. I mean, for tax purposes, I can't be paying all the bills.
Right.
I mean, for tax purposes, I wouldn't be able to
Right. No, I get that. I get that.
So I don't know.
Sadie says she clapping in her head. See? Wait, let me catch up on the super chats. Damn, I missed a whole bunch.
Because we were going off.
Hotep Tiger, James Brown, Ben told us. Joshua Garcia, difference between a girlfriend and a wife is guaranteed return on investment for the homemaker. Boom. Zakira, she said, I want an interview with you, Hotep. All right, DM me, let me know what you want to talk about. Renee Vogel, I wanted to be married and a father when I was 12 years old. I wanted to be the things that I did not see growing up.
Okay.
That's special. Chad Lemoyne, we keep you from starving to death and getting killed by invaders. We do this to be nice. Laughing my ass off.
I can I'm a boxer. I'll take any motherfucker down.
Here we go. Happy wife just makes it not a complete waste of time. I like that. Be Weezy Bird, Wendy, you don't want to deal with a hobosexual. Really? Facts. You know how much shit? It's hard being a man. You know what I mean? And I ain't complaining about it. I love it. I love how hard it is being a man and how much the world doesn't give a fuck about how I feel. It just makes me stronger. And women just, everybody cares about how a woman feels. Everybody's checking up on a woman.
I can gaslight all the time.
Everybody checks up on a woman. Nobody checks up on a man's mental health. That's why men lead the nation in suicide rates. Because nobody checks up on men.
I check up on my guy friends.
No. Hey, I got family members that be like, you ain't called me. I'll be like, you ain't called me, motherfucker. Like, a man always got to check up on somebody else. Nobody checking up. And I'm like, I'm cool with that. That's fine. Right? But when I get what I get, I'm going to do what I want when I want. When I make my money, I'm going to spend my money how I see fit. I'm going to go where I want, when I want, and nobody can't tell me shit. But nobody checks up on men. Nobody asks if we're okay.
Then you don't have good, then no. Then you don't have a good support system. I check up on men all the time.
The one woman out of how many millions?
Because I'm a ride or die. I'm just built different. I'm an empath. I'm built different, man.
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah.
What you got to plug for tomorrow?
Oh man, Hotep's been told you we got a lot of topics to cover tomorrow. 8 p.m. We're gonna be here. We're let me pull that up. Let me go through some of the topics. It's going to be a wild show. Obviously, we got to talk about Brittany Renner. I'm going to Hotep court over accusing Thomas Sowell of being a coon. Why is it skipping around on me like this? I had a list of topics. We got to talk Cuomo. The left said that the word master bedroom is racist and reminds them of slavery, so they got to get rid of that.
That's old though. Like I guess like my agent was saying because we have two agents, and one of them said that they were like laughing. Both of them were laughing about that. They're like, that's so stupid, but like we don't say that anymore.
I had I was talking about, I was at a job and we were working with a feminist. I had a feminist that worked in our department, and in chess, you have national master, international master, and grandmaster. And she gonna say, "Oh my God, master, doesn't that remind you of slavery?" And I'm like, "What? What are you talking about? Is this chess? Master means mastery over a subject matter." I couldn't. Me and her bumped heads so many times, it's not even funny. But yeah, this is the stuff they feed people. Like
even in kung, like because my dad did kung fu. My dad was like one of the he had the highest honor. He was one of the masters, and that's what they would address him as because he knew his stuff. So it was like an honor. It was like a respect thing. But that was Chinese culture. So I mean, yeah. I guess because we're in America, but
well, computers, they changed the language in computers too. It used to be master and slave, especially when you're dealing with like I remember when there's a hard drive, you had a primary and a secondary. So one would be called a master, another one would be called a slave. And so they changed that verbiage too. Okay. What else?
Well, maybe it's just because it's America. I don't know.
It's because they want to do everything else but solve the real problems in America. The Rockies mascot was named Dinger, and they thought that, and some dude was yelling to Dinger, but they thought he was saying the N-word, and that got blown out of proportion. Turns out they wasn't saying the N-word. He was calling the Rockies mascot Dinger. And then we got to talk about they're paying people, influencers, to push the punch. Mm-hmm. So we'll be talking about all this and more tomorrow on Hotep's Been Told You right here, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And then Friday, I got a very special guest I'll be interviewing. She's a firecracker. I want to say she's bisexual or a lesbian. I'm not sure.
Who is it?
She got very... I can't say. Oh, no, I've announced it already. She goes by Sky Daddy on the internet. I'm not sure what her real name is, but her name is Sky Daddy. I guess she's calling herself a god. So, yeah, I'll be getting to know her this Friday.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have anything. Oh, I was on NBC 10 in Boston. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Lucky you.
They reached out, so I just gave like a breakdown of what crypto was and whatnot. That was pretty cool. I was in Business Insider also. Uh-huh. And I think that's it for now.
Get all that press.
Yeah, and then of course the stuff with the boxing gym. If anybody wants to donate to the boxing gym, if you go to cryptowendo.com, I have a charity tab, and I've got two charities I support. One is a DV shelter that I do work for, and the other one is a boxing gym in Pomona, California, which I box at. And they need all the help they can get. If you're also watching this and you do know that if you know that there's a facility in Pomona, California or Claremont, California, please email me, reach out to me, reach out to Hotep. We're really trying to find Miss Nita a place to bring herself and the kids to keep the business open. We're having a lot of problems. We're butting heads with Leo Santa Cruz or whatever the fuck his bitch ass name is. Yeah. So we're gonna be going. We're at war right now. We're trying to save this facility. We're doing the best that we can. So please, if you want to donate or you want to help us find a facility, please, we need all the help we can get.
Sure, absolutely. I love it.
That's that. Thank you for tonight. We'll see. I'll see you next Wednesday at 7 p.m. PST.
See you then.
Bye, guys.
August 26th through the 28th, Las Vegas, Nevada. Hotep Nation Weekend. The world will never be the same. Get your tickets and be a part of the first ever Hotep Nation Weekend. Hotep Nation, a 501c3 nonprofit organization designed to spread the philosophy of hard work and self-care, will be hosting a weekend in Vegas with live podcasts, panels, pool party, and much more. Exclusive meet and greets with major figures in the Hotep community, including Hotep Jesus, Uncle Hotep, President Doe Dubes, and other special guests. Network and build bridges in the Hotep community. Enjoy Vegas with a cool group of people. All of this can be found at the Hotep Nation Convention. So who is this for? Are you looking to build up your community? This is for you. Are you looking to expand business opportunities? This is for you. Are you looking for an opulent time with nation builders? This is for you. Hotep Nation's first annual convention in Las Vegas, this August 26th through the 28th. All information can be found in the description below. You won't want to miss this.